Okay, let's play some Call of Duty.
I will remember you.
Hey, it's Jacobs with Fearless Under Fire. So good to see you again. Oh my gosh, I miss Call of Duty World War II. I wish they would just have left the beta open up from last week all the way up through the game and just let us play those same maps over and over and over. Who cares if there was nothing else added? Just give us the beta back. Oh, I miss it. I hopped on Infinite Warfare and there was nobody on. It was just so boring. It was terrible. But, so let's go ahead and get into this. So this is what we're going to be planning on doing. These next 3 videos, this week, next week, and the week after, is all going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. What I expect, what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I absolutely hated in terms of the Call of Duty World War II. But there's not much that I disliked. There's not much that I hated. It was just a fun game. So let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. What I liked, some of these might be objective. A lot of them are going to be more opinion based. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, what's good about World War II? What we learned from the beta? First off, and I would say that 99% of people would agree with this. There are no jetpacks. Now, we didn't get the full game. You never know. They could pull out a jetpack. No, I'm kidding. They won't. They won't pull out a jetpack. But you never know. Activision's done some crazy stuff in the past. But yeah, so no jetpacks. We're back to boots on the ground, and that's what people love. And even though it was boots on the ground and not jetpacks, the second thing I found, I felt that it was still a fast-paced game. Like I was still consistently running into enemies. There wasn't really times where I would have to run for a long distance unless we were playing hardpoint and we spawned out. I still felt it was a fast-paced game, even though you're going to be running a lot slower. And I compare this to Modern Warfare Remastered. I felt like Modern Warfare Remastered was a much slower-paced game. Like, you could still play your routes, you could play this game slow, but you could also rush and you could get into action pretty quickly. I thought that's a good thing because I think that was one thing people feared was because of the fast pacedness of the jetpacks with Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare and all those advanced movements, that if we went back to boots on the ground, that it would be rather difficult to make it a more fast paced game. But they did it in the beta from what I saw. A lot of the maps, the 3 maps we got, were pretty much small maps. Point Du Hoc, this one was a relatively small map. The Arkin was a small map. It was a large map, but a lot of the map was unplayable, or not playable actually. And we'll get into that later on in another video. And the forest, are I can't remember what it was called, but the forest map was a fast-paced map. Even though it was widespread, there was a lot of action in different areas, and it made it more fast-paced. Now, in terms of guns, the subs were king. I've said this in my last video. I felt like everyone was playing subs, but what people I don't think realized was that the subs are beatable if you play strategically. And what I mean by that is later on the second and last day of the beta, I was playing a lot with the ARs and the LMGs. And when I first started, I was playing SMGs and shotguns, and SMGs are really good. Like the SMGs are probably one of the best guns for this game. But the ARs and LMGs were playable. So if you can get distance between yourself, the submachine guns are beatable. Even in these close range maps, like on here on Point Du Hoc. I'll talk about it in another video, but the bayonets are the perfect counter to submachine guns. When you're popping you're popping around a corner and there's a guy with a submachine gun attacking you, hitting that melee button and sticking him with the bayonet counteracts the SMG. So the SMGs are beatable. People did use them a lot, but and I don't know. I don't want to see the SMGs get nerfed. I think the guns all around were pretty good. I think the snipers could get a little bit of a buff and a nerf at the same time if they take away the aim assist, like they did in Modern Warfare or not Modern Warfare 3, in Black Ops 3. If they take away the aim assist and they give a little bit of damage, I think the snipers will be good. I think the LMGs need a bit of a buff. There was one LMG that had like a 30 round magazine. What's the point in using an LMG if it's a 30 round magazine? So I think the LMGs could get a little bit of a buff there, and I think things will be good. So in all, what I mean by this is that the guns are good. I enjoy the guns. I like the guns, but in the next video, in the bad, I'll talk about what I didn't like the guns as well. But that's for next video. Now, what else was good? The divisions. At first, I would put the divisions in the bad or probably the bad, not the ugly. But after I got to thinking about it, I enjoyed the divisions. And there's two reasons why. First reason why the divisions were good. The divisions make you choose. Every Call of Duty game I've played, I've stuck to the same setup. I'd run Ghost and Blind Eye and Dead Silence and Tac Mask. Like, those were like the same kind of things that I would choose game after game after game to try to grind out levels and prestiges and all that stuff. With this, though, the divisions, what I like about it is that it made you choose. It made you play. You could play to your strengths, and you had to play differently. So in this one, I loved playing the. I can't remember the name of the brigade or whatever it was that your little perk bonus that you got, the ribbon. But I played the fast reload and whatever the other one comes with it. And the reason why I like to rush, I like to get up into action, I like to engage, and I want that fast reload time. You're not seeing it in this gameplay, but that's what I like to do. I like that fast reload time because I like to be able to have my gun ready and pop out and surprise and counter attack enemies. And so by having that, I had to give up some stuff. I had to give up Blind Eye. I had to give up the Ghost perk. I had to give up Dead Silence. And so I had to shift my gameplay, and I felt it made me a better player because I had to stick to certain strategies. Now, I could change those strategies. I could change and go to a Ghost class or a Blind Eye class or whatever. But that's what I liked about the divisions, is that it made you choose. Also, divisions, like I was kind of saying, the divisions make you play to your style, and it simplified things. I really felt like the divisions made it very simple. It wasn't a pick 10. It wasn't a pick 13. You know, you could run your tacticals. You could run your nades. You could run your, if you wanted to, you could run a second class. And so the divisions kind of simplified things, I felt. Next up for the good, War has a lot of potential. Now, I don't know how many maps they'll release at the beginning with War. If you'll get, 3 or 4 maps. That's what I'm going to assume. You get 3 or 4 maps that you can rotate in and out. They'll probably put most of the focus on campaign and most of the focus on multiplayer. But what I think they'll do, because they're going to have zombies and stuff, in the past what we've seen, they've put out, 2 or 3, no, I think it was about 3 new multiplayer maps, and then the bonus zombie map. So what I think they'll do is they'll still put out, maybe they'll put out 5 maps. I think what would be best is they put out 2 or 3 multiplayer maps, with DLC, a brand new war map with different objectives and things, and then lastly, what they'll do is they'll put out the new zombie map. So that'll get us 5 maps, maybe 4, probably 4 maps, probably 2 new multiplayer maps, a new war map, and the zombies map, unless they do zombies DLC kind of differently and they just give us a zombie DLC map, and they'll give us 3 multiplayer maps plus a war map. I really enjoyed War. I loved it. It was so much fun. That'll be another video where I'll have just gameplay talking about what I liked about the war mode. I just thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And lastly, what I liked about what I thought was good about World War II was the ability to skip kill cams. Now, obviously, you can skip kill cams; it'll load, and you just hit the X button right away, and it'll go. But it gave you that option right away where you're doing your death thing. It can pop up, skip kill cam, and so you just hit the X button or the whatever the PlayStation equivalent was, and you could skip the kill cam. And I love that because I just wanted to get back into action. Sometimes if it was a bad kill, I'd watch the kill cam, but for a majority of the time, it would be a just straight up, watching or skipping of the kill cam, and I thought that was another good thing. So there you have it. That's the list of things that I just loved about it. I thought was the good stuff. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you like? What were those things that you thought was really good? Was there something I touched on? Was there something I missed? Let me know in that comment section down below. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'm currently at about 14 subscribers. Let's try to hit 20 subscribers by next Saturday, so I need 6 of y'all to smash that subscribe button. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. I don't really care. There's no money in YouTube anymore, so like the video, dislike the video, but let me know why if you dislike it. Let me know what you liked about it. And in the meantime, also head over to the Fearless Under Fire YouTube channel and subscribe to their channel. Link will be in the description as always. And until next time, this is Jacobs signing off with Fearless Under Fire. Later.